What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're going to love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
What is going on, OTB Nation? Welcome into episode number 398 of the award-nominated, honorably mentioned, number 9 NCAA ranked, number 11 Philadelphia ranked, and of course viewable on YouTube, Outside the Box podcast, the official lacrosse podcast on the Underground Sports Philadelphia Podcast Network. KB, Deej making a mockery of me as he always does. In the intros, if you watch intently, he always mocks me like I'm a puppet of some sort.
I'm just getting ready in case, I ever got to do the intro one day. I got to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, allegedly 2027, that may be occurring for a week and a half.
Whoa. Oh, yeah. You're right. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
And I found out when?
After I found out.
Peak PLL season, too. Yeah, you found out before
I knew you were going before you did. It was framed as if you knew all the details.
No, I don't know a goddamn thing that happens in this motherfucking house.
Join the crew.
Man.
I never know anything happening here.
I don't know a lick. It's ridiculous. But peak PLL season, mind you. Peak. End of June, early July.
Maybe,
Allegedly. We got to use that a lot these days.
Allegedly.
Especially this past week. We got to use a lot of alleged.
Just saying, allegedly you're going on this trip, and allegedly it'll be during PLL season.
Allegedly. God damn. We finally have we can sound it, Deej. We have a CBA to talk about.
Yes.
CBA is signed, which means we can talk about free agency, where pieces are going. Everyone's already dubbing the Vancouver Warriors and Las Vegas Desert Dogs the 2025-2026 NLL champions. I didn't know two teams could win a championship in one season, but nonetheless, we'll talk about all the moves, and we can finally gear up for an NLL season that will indeed happen because the CBA has been agreed to. Plus, PLL Day happened this week, and that's pretty sick, as always. Plus, that means new announcement, PLL trading cards, and guess what? We're pretty much involved with that for one reason or another, so we'll talk about that too. But before we get into everything, make sure you guys are following us on the socials at OTB LaxPod across the board. Follow Hoots at Hoots Sports Media. Follow DJ at SCS_NextGreat. And follow me at KBIZZL311. Subscribe to the pod. Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts in audio form. Leave us a 5-star review. Goes a long way for helping this show continue to grow. Helps more people find OTB as we gear up for another NLL season. And subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia and Outside the Box podcast YouTube channels. YouTube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia. YouTube.com/@OTB LaxPod. We are currently, I want to get the 1,112 subscribers on the main channel, which means we are 88 away from our next 100 subscriber milestone, which we would absolutely love to hit in less than 5 days before Harrison and I both turn 21. So let's make that happen. YouTube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia. Leave a like on the video, drop a comment in the comment section, click that bell icon so you know whenever new videos go live. And we are still 37 subscribers away from a hundo on the OTB channel. We get there. OTB College Show is going down during the 2026 season, where Joey Spallina may or may not be the greatest player of all time, allegedly. I, for one, would like to see it.
Whoa. Leading scorer and greatest player of all time are two different things.
Well, just the way that people just like to flippantly throw things around. And this is no slander to Joey, because Joey's our guy.
We love Joey.
Long time listener.
But we and Joey know he's not LT4. Just gonna throw that.
Yeah,
out.
he's JS22.
Exactly. JS22 is amazing. Will most likely go down as the NCAA's leading scorer. But GOAT
of the 2026 season.
You sound like fools out here now. Is there a GOAT for every season now?
Geo.
We can do that.
Why not? We could start that movement.
I'm down.
Since MVP and all of that is so watered down, we might as well just start calling it GOAT.
Let's do it.
GOA 26.
Damn.
We'll get it before GTA 6.
We should have changed our MVP to GOAT.
No, Joey's gonna be the MVP VP of the 2026 college season, just like CJ Kurtz is nominated this year for last season.
Oh, so you just already calling him the most outstanding player of the year?
I mean, he's in the running in the preseason rankings.
Bold assumption, my boy.
I think he's in the running in the preseason rankings.
Well, now Joey's got to make you right.
Exactly.
Now
Joey always
make you sound smart.
Joey always makes us sound smart, quite frankly.
Doesn't he?
Like, we've been on the Joey train since before Syracuse.
Yep.
So like, he's always made us sound good, and I think this is the year we get Joey on the show. Quite frankly,
I mean, he heard it. He heard it here first, so
Pop's probably heard it too.
Probably.
More than likely heard it.
There we go. We're getting there. By the way, y'all, we have already been this week. Today has been the greatest day in Twitter history.
No, yesterday.
I mean, yesterday. I guess the
last 36 hours have
been just
Hall of Fame level, peak Twitter 1.0 days,
all the way up there. And then obviously we are fools in our own right.
Always. We got to start branding that hashtag act the fool.
I mean, hey, I'm down for it. Let's get some t-shirts made.
Fags. We do a whole segment. Who's bad? Yo, we should do. You know how Charles Barkley does the segment where he like tries to remember where guys are playing.
Oh yeah.
We should do that after NLL Free Agency.
I'll tell you who's gonna fail. Me.
All right, Deej, where's Curtis Diggett? Calgary. Where's Jesse Kick? Calgary.
No, I ain't gonna mess them ones up. Those still hurt. The battle of the prairies this year. I just might not watch.
Well, that's Saskatchewan and Calgary.
All the same. All the same. Vancouver's not far from Saskatchewan.
Dude, look at it this way. Look at it this way. We'll get into it more, but look at it this way.
Is it too late for me to switch allegiance?
We'll make this a callback. Calgary might be just bad enough to get the number 1 pick, and they draft Joey Spallina.
You know, if we don't trade the pick away. If we don't trade it away, yeah. You got a solid point there. But who am I cheering for this year?
The NLLPA. For getting the CBA done.
Yeah, I guess so. Because I'm trying to think of who's left in a jersey for me to cheer. Tanner Cook's still there, I believe.
Braden Maia.
Yep, Braden Maia, because he's
Hayden Dixon.
Yep, we got Young Dick.
Inacio.
I mean,
what? You what?
I was meant to say Young Dicky, and it didn't come out all the way. Because instead of saying Hayden Dixon, I would just say Young Dicky sometimes because it's so much easier than like typing out Hayden versus Curtis. So it's just Superman and Young Dicky. And
You better start learning. You better start learning how to spell Hayden this year.
The Y didn't come out. Oh, by the way, it's H-A-Y or H-A-I-D-E-N. I know how to spell it, but like that's too much work in the midst of tweeting. Young Dicky. It's there.
It's one letter left.
It just didn't come out. My mouth just stopped. So yes, we do still have Young
10 minutes into the pod, and we're off the fucking rails. Hashtag act a fool. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we do still got Young Dicky there.
We're not even recording after dark.
At all. This is the middle of the day.
It's almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
I got to get all this out of the way before my broadcast tonight.
Holy moly.
Now I need to look at their roster from last year.
That was hysterical.
Because who is left on the squad?
Oh,
like those are like the 3 big names I can remember off the top of my head.
Eli Salama.
That's gonna make me sound like a really terrible man. Yes, we do still have Salama. Reese Callies is still around, so that's awesome. I'll take that.
Matsuoka, Bennett Smith,
Bennett Gang.
Jackie.
I mean, Inaccio's still our face-off guy. So Tyler Pace, that's right. No, wait.
He's a free agent.
Why do I feel like Tyler Pace is not? He's a free agent.
Way to Vancouver
right?
too.
Here you go. You saw my
tweet needs
earlier,
his podcast
right?
partner.
You saw my tweet, right? When you wanted to call him the Vancouver Roughnecks?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'll fight you. Like
FBI.
Can we keep a few players? Oh, I didn't say anything about money. Why are you calling the FBI right now?
I'm losing players too. Well, we're talking about boys getting paid.
I didn't mention no money. I just said stop calling them the Roughnecks.
Hey, I'm losing players too. Shane Simpson went to the Vancouver Roughnecks.
Don't act like y'all ain't signed some. Who have we signed?
Inacio.
Who have the Calgary Roughnecks signed?
You re-signed Inacio.
Exactly. We just re-signed everybody. You get new pieces.
You signed a couple of your draft picks. Great name, Kyle Pepper.
That is a very good name.
Let me look at the. Well, before we do that, like we said, that's for 13 and a half minutes in. Check out our friends at Rita's in Sewell. 288 Egg Harbor Road in Sewell, New Jersey. There's still plenty of time to go get your delicious sweet treats, kick back, and watch NLL Free Agency unfold. Visit them at 288 Egg Harbor Road in Sewell, New Jersey, or go to ritazice.com to check out all of their flavors, see their updated store hours, and, of course, all your nutritional facts for all of your delicious treats. Again, that's Rita's in Sewell, 288 Egg Harbor Road in Sewell, New Jersey. Let them know that Underground Sports Philadelphia and OTB sent you, and we thank them for being a proud partner of the Outside the Box podcast and Underground Sports Philadelphia. So yes, the CBA was signed. NLL free agency is well underway. And looking at the transaction wire, which now I feel like I can't even take seriously because Adam Levy told me that it's complicated for some things. So you signed Noah Manning and Kyle Pepper to 3-year deals. You signed Carson Moyer to a 1-year deal. And Inacio was re-signed. And that's all that's on the official wire. But granted, we're 3 days into free agency, if that.
Yep, just a couple days. So I'm still.
Hey, at least you didn't lose your franchise's all-time leading assists tabulator, and he only did it in 2.5 seasons. And a friend of the pod.
Sir, I lost 2 100-point getters last season.
I'm on the precipice.
Don't give me that.
If Joey Rez doesn't sign back, because there's now all this if/when, and I'm like, which one is it? I'm losing my mind over here.
You know what's funny is we haven't talked about a what do we call that thing? Pod team.
Yeah, we'll get that in a couple of weeks
because that's gonna be a good one for us this year. We gonna kind of need that. Especially if Joey Reds don't sign back. We're going to be leaving that squad heavy.
Man.
Can we just make that our favorite squad for the year?
Why was I a season early on Vegas?
Man, you really did cash.
I was a season early on Vegas. I was a season early on Saskatchewan. Fucking A. Who am I? This is your advice, everyone. Allegedly. Whoever I end up picking as my league pass team this year, make sure the following year you're watching them, because that's when they're going to be really fucking
Put some
good.
money on them.
Whoa! Police! Help! Help!
This is so bad. It's like I can't. My league pass. I already have my individual league pass team of the year.
I'm not there yet.
Do you want to say the honors for me?
The Vancouver Warriors.
The Vancouver Roughnecks, yes. That's my league pass team for the year. It's not like I've done anything, but I don't know. Like all the players I liked last year. So yeah, I'm set for my individual league pass team.
Oh my god, that's so funny. That's so funny. But yes, NLL Free Agency is underway, and here are the big moves so far. Vancouver traded Dylan McIntosh to Colorado in exchange for Colorado's second-round selection in the 2026 draft and their third-round pick in the 2028 draft, which that allegedly opened up the door to Vancouver being able to sign Curtis Dixon and that whole lot transpiring. But when you look at a trade like that and you look at a team like Colorado, because Hoots was obviously losing his mind about it, and you look at it and it's like, yeah, does it suck? Sure. But at the end of the day, like, how many teams were willing to like trade there, and how many teams were even capable of making a move like that? So when you're a GM and you can bring in draft picks for a team that is getting older, I think it's a smart move.
You always have to think about the future. Like, that's the thing. Like, what you have on your current roster is the present. It's going to fill your seats in the present. It's going to, draw you whatever you're looking for at the very moment. But your draft is your future.
And Vancouver's going to need those picks in more quickly than I think people realize, because of the age of the guys that they are signing in free agency. And Dylan McIntosh is a very good player.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to fill into that Colorado locker room. Great. I think that's one of the better locker rooms to like be traded to, per se, or like signed to in free agency. Like, they welcome everybody in. They're ready to play. They help you find your role pretty easily, and then they congratulate you a ton. And then obviously you have the energy of the Loud House around that. The fans gravitate toward players very easily, especially when they come in and make a difference. Like, Dylan McIntosh will be loved in Colorado once he gets around to being Dylan McIntosh in Colorado. And as far as Vancouver, like you said, They got that 2026 pick because there's a chance somebody on that offense ain't coming back next year.
Mm-hmm.
They got that 3rd round pick in a couple years because in a couple years, a couple more of these guys will probably not be coming back. A lot of these guys are nearing that retirement age in the NLL just because you can only play the NLL so long. It's taxing on the body. You have the travel requirements. You're growing older, so you want to be in your kid's life and spend time with your friends. Like, there are a lot of factors that go into playing in the NLL. And the older you get, the less you want to deal with a lot of those factors while trying to play.
Mm-hmm.
There's a handful of guys that are reaching that limit that just signed or have signed with Vancouver in the last couple of years. So now they got to start looking ahead to the future. I mean, we can look back at and relating this to really Toronto. Toronto's a great example. Look at this most recent draft. They had 3 picks in the 1st round. Granted, insane that they were able to do that. 3 picks right at the beginning of the draft, too. But when you look at who they had on their roster and the moves they just recently started to make in the last 2 to 3 years, they got rid of a lot of guys on the older end. Some of them just stopped playing. Some of these guys have left in free agency. Some were traded, but they were somewhat of an older roster up until about last year, maybe a year and a half. And now they're starting to once again make that push to go a little bit younger. Vancouver is going to need to do that same thing. Now, they're not going to go and get the 1, 2, and 3 picks. Like, that will probably never happen again. But going and getting multiple early picks within the next couple of years will set them up for the future. I mean, comparing this to the PLL, Atlas, for a while, they were one of the older teams when the league was just starting based off of who was on the roster. And then they went young. Once those guys moved on, once Paul and Rob and some of those guys traded or left in free agency or whatever, they instantly went draft. They weren't even making trades anymore. They just wanted young guys to come in that they could build up. And then they just hoisted a trophy in September. Not saying Vancouver's going to hoist a trophy anytime soon. Who knows? But when you start thinking about the future at the right time, your future comes together because you have time to put it together like a puzzle. If you wait and you wait these guys out, and you only have 3 draft picks a year, you're going to look up in a couple of years and go, well, what team do I have? The earlier you start, the better your team actually has time to look for the right puzzle pieces.
Can we just laugh for a second here? Because this just popped across my timeline. Not to cut you off, but you'll get a good chuckle out of this. Coolbet Canada, which is the company that Pat Gregoire works for, their 2026 NLL Cup champion odds. Can you guess where the defending champions stand right now, even after losing a couple players that we'll get to?
Plus 800.
Still the odds-on favorite at plus 475. But here's the funny part. Vancouver, who's obviously made a ton of moves, they're next at plus 576, most random.
That is a really random number.
Calgary is plus 2,000, tied with the Las Vegas Desert Dogs. Vegas is at plus 2,000. But get this. Philadelphia Wings plus 2,500. Worst odds in the league. Hysterical.
Hold on. Okay, I can hear. I hear that correctly?
Yep. You have the same odds winning the title as the Las Vegas Desert Dogs.
No, we don't.
And you have a higher chance of winning the title than the Philadelphia Wings.
No, we don't. Neither one of those things is correct. This is insane.
It's so ridiculous.
Hold on. They think Big Mac's going to win an NLL Cup? I love you. I love you, Cam, because you wear a Reflex jersey. But an NLL Cup?
Well, I mean, it is tied for the second worst odds. The only team with worse odds are the Philadelphia Wings.
Okay, I guess that. Okay,
it's the bottom, but it's funny that Calgary's had all these departures. Vegas has had all these signings, and they have the same odds. Yes. That just goes to tell you how bad Vegas's defense and goaltending are. Nonetheless,
or the odds makers,
allegedly.
I'm just saying.
Hey,
might know a guy that knows a guy.
Hey. San Diego plays Ben Ramsey, Coulter Magazine, and Andrew Dalton on the draft list, so that more than likely means they're not playing this year. Philadelphia Wings offered Mitch DeSnew the franchise tag on August 28th. Update, according to the NLL transaction wire, the Philadelphia Wings have retained the rights to Mitch DeSnew. Adam Levy said it's complicated. I don't know what that means. I don't know how things work. I don't understand the way things are worded. I don't know. No lo say.
Facts. Because, like, what do you mean it's complicated?
And we're not dissing Adam here. It's just like,
right. Just like this is one of those things we were talking about with the lack of knowledge. Like, okay, if he has the rights, what does that mean in terms of rights? Like, is he allowed to shop himself and go talk to other teams? Like, are they allowed to shop him and see what they want to get from him? Are they allowed to just sign him? Are they allowed to sit and say, hey, we're going to do other things before we talk to you because of the franchise tag and this and that? Like, we don't know what that means. Like, in other sports, it's very clear what a franchise tag is. And we know kind of like the range of money that they're looking at giving that person. We know the kind of years or year, package they're going to give that person. We know kind of when we expect them to sign that guy.
I also wonder if it's complicated because when he was offered the franchise tag, it was per 7.2 of the CBA that didn't exist at the time. So I don't know if it's something CBA related. I don't. As I said, no lo say. San Diego Seals signed Jake Govett and Kellen LeClaire to 1-year deals. Halifax signed Will McLeod, Austin Blumberg, Stone Jacobs, and Ashton Brown, all to 3-year deals. The Georgia Swarm signed Devlin Shanahan to a 1-year deal. Keen Moon, all-name team from this year, and Nathan Powers to 3-year deals. This was the big trade. The Georgia Swarm traded Andrew Q, friend of the program, their second-round pick in the 2026 entry draft, and a conditional second-round pick in the 2028 entry draft to the Colorado Mammoth in exchange for Connor Kelly and a conditional first-round selection in the 2026 entry draft. Huge trade. I paused there because in the press release for this, there's something interesting about the conditions on the trade that I want to pull up, because the way that it is worded makes it sound like Connor Kelly may not be playing in the National Lacrosse League.
Oh,
because in the press release, it says everything we just listed out. Additionally, the first-round selection in the 2026 NLL entry draft headed to Georgia will be converted into Colorado's first-round selection in the 2028 NLL entry draft, should the Mammoth finish within the bottom 5 placements of the league's standings following this upcoming season. And the second-round selection in the 2028 NLL entry draft Colorado receives can become a third-round selection if Kelly does not dress or play for the Swarm during either the 2025-2026 or 2026-2027 campaigns.
Well, that sounds like he is going to play, but it also sounds more like a, hey, if we just
interesting fail-safe to be.
Like if we just gave you an integral piece of our team and you're not going to use them, then we want something a little more for the token, basically. Which to me,
well, it's less because it's a second round pick currently
oh,
in 2028, but it can become a third round pick if Connor Kelly doesn't dress or play for the Swarm in either of those seasons.
okay. Well, that makes sense in terms of Georgia. Like,
Yeah,
okay, we're not going to give you a second round for a guy we didn't use.
just an interesting fail-safe to be included. Huge trade, Andrew Q.
Because it's normally the other way around, right? Like,
yeah,
this pick goes from a second to a first if this
right. It doesn't
X amount
go
of games
backwards.
Yeah, that is an interesting wrinkle.
Andrew Q with Colorado is going to be nasty. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, just he fits in everywhere. He fits in everywhere.
It sucks that he won't play with Connor Kelly because that would have been super sick. But I mean, that's you want to keep Colorado excited even after the departures of Zed Williams and now Connor Kelly. You go get Andrew Q, who I think, not that he was overshadowed in Georgia, but now Andrew Q is going to be able to like kind of be unleashed in a way where like he was kind of the third fiddle in Georgia, very similarly to how Zed was when he was with Georgia before he was traded to Colorado. Because obviously Georgia have Lyle Thompson, they have Shane Jackson, like they have pieces there that can kind of, do their own thing. And this is all too, Georgia signed Andrew Q to a 2-year deal and then traded him. So he is under contract at least for Colorado for the next 2 years as well. But I like the trade for both sides. I think it's good, especially if CK plays for Georgia. We get Connor Kelly and Lyle Thompson together. Like that's fun. That's fun.
I mean, I'd be here for it. You know what LT4 brings to the game and his creativity and the way he can draw attention and take over a game. But in that same token, CK can do that as well. Mm-hmm. Connor Kelly has taken over multiple games. He's done it. He did it last year for Colorado a handful of times where he kind of just popped onto the scene, had four goals, and then just looked around and was like, yeah, I'm that dude. Like, so to bring that energy to a team that already has, Shane Jackson, LT4, etc., that offense is going to continue to light the lamp like it has been the last couple of years.
I mean, in 2 years, Connor Kelly recorded 124 points with Colorado, 69 goals, nice, 55 assists, 106 loose balls, 7 caused turnovers in 29 games. That's any team would kill to have a player like that on their roster.
I mean, I wouldn't say any because there's a lot who didn't clearly, but he is a
granted, he wasn't a free agent in this instance,
right? But he's a very sought after talent with his shooting ability.
Yeah,
really stretches your floor out, whether it's power play or your traditional set. He can also work the fast break if he's out on the floor. Like he's
he's a very underrated passer too.
Yeah, he is because his shot is so powerful. Like that is his marker. Like you think of like Ryan Brown, Jake Carraway, Marcus Holman. Like those are guys where like their shot is like their mark, what people really know them for. But then you go back and you look at their game and all of them are spectacular feeders. Because when you get that much attention for your shot, the passing lanes are gigantic. So it's a lot easier to thread that in and lock, really set your teammates up. So he really would bring really more floor spacing to an offense that doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Like they get tremendously more dangerous with the more space that they have.
It's going to be crazy. But I like the trade for both teams. Speaking of Colorado, they signed Robert Hope and Tim Edwards to 1-year deals, Jordan Gillies to a 2-year deal, Aaron Woods to a 2-year deal. The Buffalo Bandits bring back fan favorite Connor Farrell on a 2-year deal, Zach Belter on a 2-year deal. They also signed Evan Constantopoulos, Carter Coffey, Liam Keane, David Burr, Matt Duncan, and Jaden Kennedy to 3-year deals. The Seals signed Jacob Power to a 3-year deal and placed him on the active roster from injured reserve. Seals also signed the boy Eli Gobrick to a 1-year deal and Cam Dunkerley to a 1-year deal. Seals signed Marquez White and Noah Armitage to 3-year deals and placed them on the active roster from the draft list. Marquez White, NLL season loading. Robbie Turpin signs a 3-year deal with San Diego. Dylan Watson signs a 2-year deal and was placed on the active roster from injured reserve to the Seals. Zach Deacon signs a 2-year deal. Graydon Bradley signs a 1-year deal. Those are all with San Diego. These next couple are for Saskatchewan. They've signed Levi Virch, Dagan Carlson, Marcus Needham, and Julian Belair to 3-year deals. They also signed Adam J., Zach Mans, and Jarrett Smith to 2-year deals, and Connor McClellan to a 3-year deal. Philadelphia Wings signed Phil Caputo and Eric Fennell to 2-year deals. I'm very happy that Phil is back, friend of the pod. Let's go. One of the best mustaches in the game. The New England Black Wolves, Albany Firewolves, Oshawa Firewolves have signed Kyle Rubish to a 1-year deal.
He was
a
right.
big one.
He said he wasn't retiring.
He wasn't.
He said it. He said, "Hey, I'm not a part of that."
Well, that was Ryan Benesh.
Oh, you're right.
Kyle Rubish also
look,
not.
I already don't know where people are playing, and it's right in front of me.
Kyle Rubish goes to Oshawa on a 1-year deal. Everyone, like, I'm not discrediting Kyle Rubish still being a very talented player. Like, he's still very good. We also just have to keep in mind Kyle Rubish is 37 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't let that escape you in terms of, and it's a 1-year deal. I've always said this. I'm pretty sure you've always agreed with me on this. There's no such thing as a bad 1-year deal.
Yeah, not really. Like, you got that for a year. Like,
if it doesn't work out, he's gone after a year. If it does work out, fantastic. You
found a gem that you rented for a year, basically.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Friend of the program, Tony Malcolm, is departing Philadelphia and heading to Las Vegas on a 1-year deal. Gonna miss him. I liked him a lot in Philly. Halifax have signed Warren Hill and Curse of the Year nominee Cole Kirst to 1-year deals. Big domino. Brendan Bomberry, friend of the program, leaving the Georgia Swarm and heading to the Halifax Thunderbirds. That's a big one. I think a lot of people are underestimating that move in terms of like the casual NLL fan. Brendan Bomberry is going to be a problem with that Halifax offense. He's going to be able to get more creative and be more open, especially in the early go with Randy Stotts being out injured from the Man Cup. But you now have Brendan Bomberry. When Randy Stotts returns, Randy Stotts. Jammer still on that roster. Bo Hunter. Like, that's a problem. That's a problem. And Brendan Bomberry is going to thrive in that system. And Halifax is going to be very good. Halifax is going to be very good this year. I love this signing for them.
But are they going to break the curse?
It's a valid question.
Because and you know what? I think part of it got to do with the fact that the time zone's off and they're an hour above the rest of the world. they're an hour above the whole East Coast, which like makes you 4 hours ahead of the entire West Coast. Like,
yeah.
Don't ask me why I think that plays a factor, but I think it does. But I don't want anything to change because those 6:30 Friday night face-offs are great.
I think this is going to be looked at as one of the best signings in free agency, hands down. Yes, there's been some huge splashes, but this one in particular is one of my favorite signings for both player fit and the team that is going to be like how they're going to use him. I think this is such a great signing.
To me, it's the most fitting pick. Like, it almost seems like they're like recreating the Haudenosaunee box team one piece at a time.
They trade for Lyle.
I'm just saying, one piece at a time. They're slowly putting it all back together. So, not going to say that's what they're doing, but I'm not saying that's not
what they're doing. Curtis Romanchich also signed a 2-year deal with Halifax, placed back on the active roster from the PUP list. Ben Trumbull signed a 3-year deal with Georgia. And here's a flurry of Colorado Mammoth moves. They signed Braden Saris, Connor Knock, Jamison Bucktooth, all to 3-year deals. They signed Jalen Chaster to a 2-year deal. They signed Dylan Ward, Owen Ron, Nathan Whittam, Brian Cameron, Dylan McIntosh, Thomas Vila and Ben McDonald to 2-year deals. They signed Caleb Martin to a 3-year deal and placed him on the active roster. They also signed Ari Stevens, Nathan Woods, Brian Simmons, Matthew Palato, Jake Harrington, Cayman Diabo, Sebastian Simonson, Zach Terry, Ethan Robertson, AJ Mercurio, Dylan Hess, Reese Barnes, all to 3-year deals. Hoots, that is what your GM is doing. He's signing people, okay? Hoots was in our group chat saying, who was he signed? He went on a flurry yesterday.
Look like he signed a whole bunch of people to me. Look like he signed a whole bunch of people to me. But hey, what do I see?
What do we know? The Buffalo Bandits signed Dylan.
They signed the whole roster.
Right. It's the whole team.
Literally.
The Bandits signed Dylan Robinson to a 1-year deal, Liam Linden to a 3-year deal, Kyle Buchanan to a 1-year deal, and Waukegan Shognosh and Coltrane Tyson. Apologies there for the mispronunciation if that was the case. Both to 3-year deals. Coltrane Tyson is one hell of a fucking name.
Insane.
Jesus.
Name.
We go to the Vancouver
like
Warriors.
Run me over and knock
right? All aboard the Coltrane. He's either going to run you over or bite your ear off.
Oh.
I
guess I'll take the first.
The Vancouver Warriors signed Nathan Miller and Garrett Winter to 3-year deals. They signed Ryan Sheridan to a 1-year deal, placed him on the active roster. They've also signed Ryan Martell, Peyton Cormier, Alex Stathakis, and Remo Shinato to 1-year deals. Saskatchewan signed Isaac Engio. Apologies there. Onto the protected player list. Oh, they placed him on the protected player list from injured reserve. They also signed Brock Haley, the boy Josh Zawada, and Thomas Kiezik, and Jake Naso, all to 1-year deals. They signed Ryan Barnable and Bobby Kidd III to 3-year deals. They signed Holden Garland to a 2-year deal, and they signed Matt Accione to a 1-year agreement and placed him on the active roster from injured reserve. San Diego signed Adam Noakes to a 1-year deal. Toronto signed Billy Hostrasser to a 1-year deal. The Philadelphia Wings signed Landon Sinfield to a 3-year deal. The Las Vegas Desert Dogs signed Max Wayne to a 1-year deal.
You said D3?
Shout out Christopher Newport. Halifax placed Ethan Lee on the draft list, and they signed Alex Q, yes, Andrew's brother, to a 3-year deal and placed him on the active roster. They also signed Peyton Tassie and Levi Tui to a 3-year deals. Georgia signed Carter Page and Nolan Byrne to 3-year deals. Georgia also signed Alex Bean to a 3-year agreement. Keep it a bean. How you doing? Placed him on the active roster. Now we get to the good stuff. The Calgary Roughnecks, they signed Noah Manning and Kyle Pepper to 3-year deals, and they also signed Carson Moyer to a 1-year deal. The Buffalo Bandits have signed friend of the program Paul Dawson and Steve Orleman to 1-year deals. They also signed Taylor Dooley to a 1-year deal and placed him on the active roster. And I don't know if anything else is updated yet on the NLL transaction page. No, it hasn't. But the Philadelphia Wings have signed some people as well. Before we get to some of the big stuff, Ryan Wagner is back with the Wings on a 2-year deal. Sam LeClaire is back with the Wings on a 3-year deal. And the biggest one so far for the Wings, Chris Corbeil, 1-year deal to the Wings. If Mitch Desnew is on this roster, for all intents and purposes, with Chris Corbeil, I tweeted this out. This is going to be the best defense the Philadelphia Wings have fielded since they've returned in 2018, 2019. I don't think it's particularly close.
I don't think so. Yeah, if you ask me, I don't think you've had a defense.
Really? Like,
I mean, not literally. That's no disrespect to anyone who has played defense for the Philadelphia Wings, but the level that you need to be competitive in the NLL, I don't think the Wings have had that since returning.
No.
This would put you into that category and that level, but per se, allegedly. We do have to see how they play, but based off of what we've seen in the past, statistics and thoughts on the pair together, yeah, that would, along with some of the other pieces that you've drafted and such in the last 2 years, that collective group would be the best defensive group you put out since returning to the NLL. No question.
100%. Now, let's go to one of the big teams. We already mentioned one of their signings, but the biggest splash so far in free agency in terms of, I think, just long-term success and talent. Deej, I'm gonna do it. Chase Frazier, the boy, friend of the program, longtime friend of the program, has signed a massive deal with the Las Vegas Desert Dogs. This is a power move. This is Vegas kind of saying, hey, we tried the past couple of years to compete with homegrown players. And when I say homegrown, I mean drafted there and everything. We need to add from the outside if we want to really compete. And I think bringing Chase Frazier there after the not even Linsanity run, like he elevated his game so much last season that like he was on the Pat McAfee show multiple times. Like and let it be known, this very program back in 2019 said Chase Frazier is the face of the league that nobody knows yet. We put that out there. We have been on the phrase train since day one. And I'm just happy for him to get an opportunity. And not that he did not, like, he's a multi-time champion with the Buffalo Bandits. He won a PLL championship in 2021 with Chaos. This is like his opportunity to make this his team. Like he gets to now team up with Jack Hanna, Adam Patra, and a couple of other guys that we'll get to. But with him being the first domino for Vegas and just seeing like, oh, Jack Hanna, Chase Frazier, and Adam Patra all get to be on the same offense together, that's a lot of fun. I think this is Chase's first time to be like, yeah, this is my team.
You think that's what's going to happen?
I think it's possible.
Man, Chase going to walk in there and take over the trap. What are you talking about, dog? It's Chase Frazier. And now I think he's very similar to Andrew Q in a sense where he gets to spread his wings for real now in this Vegas offense where he isn't. And I would even call him like an extra fiddle. Like when you look at Buffalo, like it's just a matter of whose night is it. Right. Like outside of Josh and Dane, they're going to get theirs. But after that, it's whose night is it? Is it Ian's? Is it Kyle Buchanan? Is it Chris Kluge? Is it
Tahoka?
Chase? Is it Tahoka? Is it the list just bang, 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 bang. So, and he was just inserted into that. Now it's going to be every single night. How much are we getting from Chase?
Yeah.
Not what or if, how much? Is he putting up 4, 5, 6 points a night? Is he putting up 10 in a night? Like that's where you get to see the full effect of Chase Frazier is now it's on a gamely basis versus, hey, we don't necessarily like the Buffalo didn't need him to do anything. Mm-hmm. If he had a bad game, it wasn't a big deal because there were 3 people behind him that were going to be able to play just as good, if not better than he was at the current moment. That won't necessarily be the case in Vegas. Not that they don't have depth now and not that they won't be good, but there's very few people in that organization at the moment that can play at a Chase Frazier level. So he will have more space and time to truly show who he is.
Nick Damude back with the Wings on a 2-year deal. Love that. Love that. That's huge. Also, on the Chase Frazier front, he's not the only one going to Vegas from Buffalo. Because Deej, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Chris Kluche is going to Vegas as well. I love this for Kluche because he and Chase are going to be able to bring their chemistry into that locker room. And I think it's just like the perfect tandem. Like if you were to take a tandem to leave Buffalo in free agency and go to the same team together, those two sticking together is going to be so beneficial for both of their games. And I'm pumped that they're going to be teammates still, just in Vegas.
Yeah, I think this Vegas team is going to get tremendously better. Bringing in two stars like this only helps you get better, only helps the young guys in your locker room, and just brings energy, flair, and personality to your locker room and out on the field. These are two guys who can score in bunches, but can also facilitate in bunches. And like I said, just bring a certain energy to the floor that is needed in the NLL. Like, there are very few guys that I put on the level of Chase Frazier when it comes to energy. Cole Hurst is one of those guys. Like, after Chase scores, you don't have a choice but to say something. Whether you're saying something about the goal he scored or about his energy after he scores.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen it, like Bandit Land turned up differently when Chase Frazier scored versus when everyone else did. And that it didn't matter if it was him asking if they were entertained or him literally jumping into the glass and screaming in some kid's face. Like, just that energy that he brings elevates your team to another level. Cole Hurst is like that into the way that he celebrates his teammates. He celebrates himself at an unreal level. But then if you do something he likes, he's going to celebrate you even better than he celebrates himself. And that's the kind of energy that Chase and Chris are going to bring into the Vegas locker room and on the field. So I think their energy is going to be the most influential part, but obviously they're going to be scoring in bunches, especially because they'll be working on the floor together a lot.
And you have championship pedigree now, not only in the NLL, but obviously those two won PLL titles as has Jack Hanna. So like you're adding more championship pedigree to that locker room, which I think is a big deal. And Deej, guess what? We get to do it again. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. This one hurts. This one hurts. My guy, friend of the program, longtime supporter of this show. Not that that's changing because he supported us when he was in Vancouver. Mitch Jones is headed to Las Vegas as well.
Yep.
That one stings. Mitch fit Philadelphia so well and fit just the character of Philadelphia. He fit the energy, he fit the fan base, and it sucks to see a player of that caliber leave your organization, especially with the impact he made, not only on the field, but off the field. I think a lot of people don't realize that like Mitch made Philly his home when he got traded here from Vancouver a few years ago. Did a lot of work with Blaze Reardon's youth program, was in the community with the Wings, and made Philadelphia a huge part of his life. I'm going to miss the fuck out of him being, in the building. He was just a perfect ambassador for this team. He's so likable, so easy to root for. And I hope he goes and balls out, obviously, in Vegas because he's a superstar. And you're not just a nobody if you go and break your current franchise's all-time assists record in 2.5 seasons, which is exactly what Mitch Jones did. He's a legend. Like, even in such a short amount of time, he's a legend of this iteration of Philadelphia Wings. And I don't think it's particularly close. You have guys like Mitch Jones, Blaze Reardon, even Trevor Baptiste, like that will go down in this era of Wings lacrosse as team legends. And the fact that Mitch was able to do that in 2.5 years is like such a testament to the player he is, the person he is. And if you're a Vegas Desert Dogs fan, I'm just here to let you know you're getting the consummate pro. You are getting somebody who is going to elevate your organization to levels that you didn't even know were possible. And the fact that you now have an offense constructed of Chase Fraser, Chris Kluche, Jack Hanna, Adam Patra, and Mitch Jones, all I can say is I envy you.
I mean, they're going to have a great season out there. The energy is going to be crazy. I think they're going to get more butts and seats than they have before. And the offensive talent on this team is just runneth over.
Oh, I also forgot Jonathan Donville.
Yeah, there's tons of talent on this team. And there's a nice variety of personality now, especially when you bring in a guy like Mitch Jones. Like he has a very welcoming personality, a very warm personality, but also like a very business-like personality at the same time. Like he loves lacrosse, enjoys lacrosse, and is all about the business of it, but he also is all about the healing factors of the game, the connecting factors of the game, and just appreciating and embracing what it means to be able to play lacrosse. They're Las Vegas fans are in for a season.
Yeah, and that's not, like I mentioned, Donville on the team, Connor Kirst on that team, Holden Katoni on that team, Tyler Carpenter is on the Desert Dogs, Casey Jackson, Marshall King, like they're loaded. And I'm not going to sit here and say and like dub them the champions just because they've gone out and, spent money and signed talented players. It's got to translate to the floor. But you want to talk about getting a market that has felt dull from the beginning. And that's no slight to like trying to bring lacrosse to a new market. But when you introduce a team and the color scheme is black and white and the logo gets kind of dunked on because you have an L on the forehead and, the first couple of years you win like 3 to 4 games each season, it's tough to dig yourself out of the thought process of like, was this a mistake? Was this, the right time to go to Vegas? Was this, that you question a lot of it, but now you have a chance to really dig yourself out of that hole that you've been in since your inception because you have brought in championship caliber players, likable players. And not that anybody on Vegas is unlikable, but like you're adding more, to the pot, and it's going to be a lot of fun to root for the Desert Dogs this year. Whether you're a Vegas fan or just a casual NLL fan, they're going to be a ton of fun to watch this year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited and leaning toward, throwing them out there for our pod league pass team of the year. But I'm excited to watch Vegas games this year. Even the last couple of years, they've had a handful of games that have been close. I think with some of the talent they have now, they win a handful of those games. We're possibly talking about Vegas in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting to watch it all, shake out, obviously. Simply because, like, you have teams that do this and they succeed, and then you have teams that do this and they end up like, Dream Team Philadelphia Eagles that I went through, and that was not fun. So it's going to be interesting to watch. Congrats if you're a Vegas fan. I envy you. I'm trying to see if there's any other big moves before we get to the big moves. Nick Weiss back with Buffalo on a 1-year deal. Let's see what the NLL has retweeted. All right, I guess we'll get to the big ones. Vancouver, Deej. The Kurt Malosky influence is real. The Christian Del Bianco influence is real. To put it lightly. Because anyone that's ever put on a Calgary Roughnecks jersey, it feels like they're just headed on over to Vancouver to go play with Kurt, and they're just getting the band back together. Curtis Dixon, domino number 1. Jesse King, domino number 2. Reese Callies, domino number 3. Shane Simpson, leaving the Wings to go to Vancouver, but obviously was with Calgary before. It just seems like Kurt is just trying to reassemble as much of the 2019 Calgary Roughnecks as possible, just in Vancouver and in gold and black.
DJ, the Roughnecks fan, is crying. League Pass DJ is literally jumping and screaming. So, it could be worse. They could have gone anywhere but Vancouver. They could have retired. Both teams could have been bad. So, Kurt Malosky is great. Always has been. I knew this was going to eventually be an issue when he left Vancouver, or when he left Calgary. And then obviously everything happened with Christian Del Bianco and a few others, which really put off light bulbs in my head. Like, okay, the alarms are going off because something's going to happen soon. And here we are. Soon has arrived, and the entire organization wants to play for Kurt Malosky in Vancouver. It's understandable. I mean, when you really bond with a coach, players want to play for that coach. They'll run through a brick wall for that coach, not necessarily the organization. Sometimes organization grows on them, the fans grow on them, and the city and all those things. But most of the time, it's the coach, because that's the person you're interacting with that makes you feel appreciated the most. At the end of the day, you have to make him, the GM, the owners happy. Like those are the 3 main people you're looking to produce for. A large part of that, especially with Curtis, he was doing like GM stuff as well. So you got to make Kurt happy. And when he is giving that love back, it's hard not to want to do absolutely anything for him. He just creates a really good locker room atmosphere for these guys that love him so much. And I think that's a big part of the reason why they're leaving Calgary. Is not that they don't like Calgary, not that they don't like playing there, not that they don't like the fans and everything else, but that playing for Kurt is different than it is playing for someone else.
Yeah, huge swings to Vancouver, and then still in the business of Calgary departures. Officially official as of an hour ago. He tweeted it. Nick Rose going back to Toronto.
Yep. Y'all told me it would happen, and I was being optimistic that it wouldn't. And here we are.
I was really hoping he was going to go to Rochester. Like, if he was going to leave, it would have been sick to see him end up there. But going back to Toronto, yeah, it's going to be an interesting year in Calgary. It's going to be an interesting year in Vancouver. It's going to be an interesting year in Vegas.
Oh, it's going to be an interesting year in Philly, too.
And
away from this.
Stuff like this, though, just in particular with, like, the West, because, like, let's also not forget, like, Saskatchewan was in the NLL finals last year, and they are, like, bringing back a ton of that core. They're still very young. this is the type of stuff that makes me miss having conferences or divisions in the National Lacrosse League. Like, could you imagine the conference races or division races we would have in the West alone this year between Vegas, Saskatchewan, Vancouver, San Diego, like Colorado back in the mix. Like there's so much that could have been really, really fun if we were still in, traditional conference standings. And I really miss it. I really miss it now after this particular free agency wave. And I've missed it for a while. Last year it really started to set in. But man, it would be sweet to have conferences back.
Yeah, it would. I think that's where the league should be going. Especially if you're going to go back to that, or if they're going to go to that 1-3-5 model they were talking about. I think conference is just perfect for that. You have your wild card games for the one games, and you have your conference championships with a 3-game series, and then you have your NLL championship in a 5-game series.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of this stuff gets dissipated. Your travel circumstances and those kind of things get a little bit easier. You can set it up to where a team is only making 1, maybe 2 cross-country trips, and the rest of their trips are on that side of the country that they reside on. Like there are ways for this to work and work with the current CBA and the way that the league is going and all of these things. I don't hate the unified standings. It can stay that way. But you can have conferences within the unified standings, essentially, where all the teams on the West play each other every year, and then they play like 1 or 2 teams from the East, and vice versa. You host 2 teams from the East and you play 2 teams from the East on the road.
Right.
And then the rest of your games are in Western Conference teams. And then vice versa for the East. And then you have your unified standings, which then shape out your playoffs. That could work too. You don't have to actually go to conferences to make this thing work, but kind of splitting the country up makes it a lot easier to manage maybe some of the issues that they're having at the moment.
Yeah, it would be sweet because looking at, just where teams are located now and everything, like Western Conference would be Saskatchewan, Vancouver, San Diego, Calgary, Colorado, Vegas. Did I forget anybody? Saskatchewan, Vancouver, Calgary, San Diego, Colorado, Vegas. And then the East would be Buffalo, Halifax, Rochester, Georgia, Ottawa, Oshawa, Philly, Toronto. So the only reason it doesn't level out is because there's one more team.
Okay, then bring a team
in the East.
Then bring a team in and put them in the West,
right.
or move one team from the East to the West that works out a little better geographically. But
yeah, even then, you could.
I think that's coming, and it's due time.
Even then, we saw Major League Baseball operate before they moved the Astros to the American League. We had 16 in the National League and 14 in the American League for the longest time. It's not like it's not feasible to do that. But yeah, I mean, I do miss conferences because it just makes things more enticing with playoff runs, and it makes things just more fun overall, down the stretch of a season and looking at, where you're at a particular point in the season and stuff like that. It makes me yearn for the days of conferences and teams winning conferences or divisions and that playing a part in the postseason standings and stuff like that. I do miss it a lot. And guess what? I'm here to say you can't dub somebody a winner or loser free agency yet. We're way too early in the process. Yes, Vancouver have done a lot. Yes, Vegas have done a lot. Yes, we've seen other teams, re-sign a lot of guys like Buffalo, Saskatchewan. Philly's done a bit here. Obviously, the Joe Resetarits domino is still on the table of what's to come there. But, let's also not forget, and I'm not even, doing this as a homer or Philadelphia Wings fan or someone who covers the team. Do we not forget Brennan O'Neill and what he did last year for this team? Do we not remember what Michael Sowers did as soon as he stepped in mid-season? Now he's going to get a full training camp and a full season under his belt to play for this team. There's a lot to still be excited about if you're a Wings fan. I just want Wings fans to realize that. And now with Corbeil, potentially Mitch DeSnew back, Damute is back. They're shoring up a lot of things. And they drafted a face-off guy, which is huge. That's been an Achilles heel since Trevor left. But let's not forget, Blaze Reardon is still on this team. There's still a lot to be excited about if you're a Philadelphia Wings fan.
I agree. That I wish I could say the same to Calgary fans, but we got about 3 pieces to hang on to right now, and we better hope they don't decide to leave here pretty soon.
Facts.
So, yeah, we my advice to myself and other Calgary Roughneck fans is to breathe, find a really good League Pass team to enjoy for the season, and pray that no one goes through a horrific injury in the season, and that the pieces that we do thoroughly enjoy left don't leave. About all I got.
TJ, I might be right about the Philadelphia Wings having the best defense they've ever fielded.
Yeah.
In addition to Chris Corbeil, in addition to allegedly Mitch DeSnew, Mike McCannell is back on a 2-year deal, and Evan Messenger is back on a 1-year deal.
Nice.
Love to see that. Love to see that. You know what I hate? The Wings are going to have to change their header now on Twitter.
Why?
It's Mitch Jones.
Oh.
That's a bummer. That's a fucking bummer. God damn it, man. God damn it. I also was laughing when people yesterday because they posted the Phil Caputo re-signing, and it says he's number 19 now, and he wore number 16 last year, and everyone was like, wrong number, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because Chris Corbeil's coming to fucking town.
Yeah.
Losers. Get hip with it. Yeah, free agency's been crazy. I think this is probably the wildest free agency period since the COVID canceled season free agency, when the season didn't actually happen. And I was updating when we had our website at the time, just an entire free agency tracker. That was a wild time. This is the craziest one I can remember since then, which is, it's good for the league. Free agency is a good thing for sports.
Yes, it is. It's a great thing for sports. It's a great thing. I think it's a real checks and balances kind of thing for sports.
Mm-hmm. And it gives players the opportunity to...
Except for baseball.
Baseball free agency is kind of crazy, though.
It's insane. It's just not a checks and balance.
Well, it's a lot of checks.
Yeah, a whole lot of checks. It ain't no balance. If you got the check, you can do what you want.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Hey, tell them I said, bring me my money.
Oh my God, that's so funny. That's so funny.
That's literally baseball. It's just, yeah, bring me my money.
Also, NLL free agency news, Dawson Nielsen, the hottest thing in the streets, gets signed by Inside Lacrosse.
Oh, right? Crazy. That boy popped on the scene and got some...
He popped up out of a different multiverse and just said, I'm here, bitches.
Literally, because we all looked around and said, who is this?
Right. It was
nobody knew who this dude was.
Literally, who the fuck is that guy?
we all just looked up and was like, oh, okay. Apparently he knows stuff we don't know.
Right. It was like, oh, okay then. Good on him though.
Yeah. It's dope. Just gotta now I need the sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a little hookup here and there.
Right. Speaking of free agency news, the Boston Cannons have also signed Jack Keelty through 2026.
Oh, we talking PLL now?
A little bit.
You know,
I just saw that come across the timeline.
Did you see the other thing that came across the timeline?
Yeah, street lacrosse. I knew that was happening. I didn't know when, but I knew it was happening in Atlanta.
Yeah, in Atlanta, off season. It's going to be streamed on Lacrosse Network's YouTube channel. They're going to have co-ed games between HBCU, PLL, WLL, and other college, MCLA, all that kind of stuff. So sounds like it's going to be a great time down there. Wish I could make it down there, but I also kind of dislike Atlanta, if I'm being honest. Like, just muggy down there. Not even just Atlanta, just the South. It's muggy. I can't breathe. Like, I literally can't breathe. Like, that's all it is. It's way too humid for me to breathe. I already have asthma, so it's already hard. I know y'all hear me sometimes. Like, how do you think it is when I'm down there? It's sort of like, I feel like SpongeBob when he was in Sandy's dome with no thing on. Yeah, that's exactly how I breathe down there. So, like, anytime I don't have to be down there, I'll pass. Like, I was breathing like that in the airport when I had got sent down there that one time. I didn't step a single foot outside the whole time, and I couldn't breathe. I was like, this is why I hate Atlanta.
That's crazy. But yeah, our free agency breakdown there and kind of run through, brought to you by our awesome merch partners, PHI Apparel Company. Guys, if you want to stand out in the crowd this NLL season, going to a game, hanging out with the homies, you want to rep your favorite lacrosse players' favorite lacrosse podcast, PHI Apparel Company is the place to do it. Get your official OTB shirts, hoodies at phiapparel.co. And when you go to checkout, use code UNDERGROUND for 10% off your next merch order. Again, that's phiapparel.co, code UNDERGROUND for 10% off your next merch order. And stand out in the crowd with the official merch partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia and the Outside the Box podcast. PLL Day has come and gone this week, but the biggest development of it, not only that it's just absolutely bonkers that the PLL has been around for as long as it has. It's new trading card season, Deej. New trading cards for the PLL. A lot of rookie firsts are going to be in this set, including CJ Kirst, including Owen Hiltz, including a whole lot of new inserts, a whole bunch of stuff. The price point on these bad boys, the flagship box, $98.99. Single pack is $4.99. I really am chasing one card in this set, and it's because our guy Hoots has a card that features one of his photos from this past season. And I'm making that one of my trading card grails. And it's even better because it's the boy, Jake Pacino.
Oh, that's sick. Now I have to get that card.
It's his celebration shot from Denver when he ripped that 2, and he's just posed with both arms out like this. Hoots' photo on a trading card. Ipso facto, we have an OTB trading card.
We do. And it's one of our dogs, a guy that we're...
It's our guy.
That we're rocking with. I ran into him at the Detroit airport.
Friend of the program.
Big
was on at Media
program.
Day.
Yep. So that's sick. Especially for Hoots, like to be able to see his work in that faction.
Dude, I'm so proud of him.
literally, like, I'm so hyped for him. Like that's insanely cool. Like I don't think I'll ever have work like that, like on that scale. So I think that's awesome from him. And I'm really proud and happy that he gets that experience and that feeling, and that we kind of get to now add that to our list of accolades.
Yeah,
which seems to just keep getting longer.
A little bit. I told Hoots, I said I'm gonna need him to sign one of those cards for me.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna have to get another one that Hoots signs and Jake signs.
Ooh.
And then I get that one graded.
Ooh, okay. You on to something there.
I'm gonna need the art and the artist. Both signatures.
And it's different when you know them homies personally.
Facts. Like
when you know them personally, it's different.
Like my friend Heather Barry, who photographs a bunch of Wings games, but she also photographs the Phillies and does a lot with the Flyers. She was shooting Phillies Yankees last year, and Topps put her on a Topps Now card for Jazz Chisholm. Like super cool. Like to see when your friends get like their art recognized like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that Hoots has a fucking trading card is
insane.
Unbelievable. And the fact that like we talk about this all the time with Hoots, but like the fact that he went from fan of the show, winning a jersey giveaway we did, to then just being in the mix, to then we brought him on the pod like full send, and now he's the head of photography here at Outside the Box. Like it's fucking.
You hand out titles like your name Oprah.
We did that on the show.
I know.
We called him.
I'm just saying.
We commiserated on the show and said, "Should we do this?"
You gave me a title like a month in too.
And now that was pending league approval. Much like all of these NLL signings.
But now that I'm seeing it happen to other people, that's just I thought I was special. You get a title. You get a title. Hey, you know what? Whoa. You get a title too.
There are 4 people, 2 of them being my parents, who have titles at this company.
5 now with Hoots. Head of photography. You just said it again.
Well, I wasn't including me.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Well, technically 5 without counting me, because my sister, if she doesn't listen to the show, but if she did, she would get pissed if I didn't mention this. She self-titled herself manager of the talent back in 2018.
And let me tell y'all, she ain't reached out to manage me at all.
Literally, she gave herself that title when we went to go interview the Arkells.
Let me tell y'all, I organize all my own flights, all my own transportation to and from the airport, all my own food, all my own clothing.
Organizing his transportation to and from the airport just means me.
All of my media appearances. Like we love her. But managing is a light title.
It's almost see-through how light it is.
You said translucent?
It's like a Tupperware container before the spaghetti sauce stains. It's clear.
Clear.
It's an uncracked glow stick.
Not the orange tint.
It's an uncracked glow stick. Yeah, because Hoots is director of photography of the Outside the Box podcast. Your title, CFO Margie, and the official injury expert of Underground Sports Philadelphia, the OG. Yep.
And then our
who can then officially assume his title as injury expert once he retires at the end of next year.
Yes. And then, y'all's lovely trip comes shortly after that. Don't worry. That's why I'm here. It's why you gave me a title. Everything's going to be okay.
Valid. But see, you are the one person that I can trust. When my mom laid everything out to me, I was like, do you realize what I go through on a daily basis running this company? I said, outside of Casey and Owen and Deej, I am like Barnum and Bailey running a circus.
Yes. Quite literally. If only y'all knew the behind the scenes of some
I
of
am
this
the
stuff.
ringleader of a circus.
And y'all can imagine
And
me.
that is in the most endearing and loving way to the likes of Pat Pitts, Stephen McAvoy, Harrison, and the rest of our
Do you want to say the rest?
our gymnasium of excellence.
I cannot wait to tell you that the day that we end up all in one building together, that
might be the day I may be admitted to the hospital.
That place might burn to the ground immediately. But the clips and the stories that will come out of that place,
dude, when we are looking for a
legendary
building, when you and I go out and we are like searching for a building, and then we acquire said building, and then we are like building out this funplex.
I like that funplex.
Everything needs to be recorded.
Yes. Because if you don't think I'm putting up Ring cameras inside of our funplex, you're nuts. Because I am.
We have
obviously none in like the bathrooms and private areas, but offices and general
studios,
spaces, it's all open.
Kitchens.
because
the realistically, as of right now, this is a little inside baseball for the OTB listeners. The shows that would get their own studios in an event, and let us be perfectly clear, this is years and years years
down the line,
years away from even being remotely close to even being talked about, let alone happening.
There's a lot more we got going on.
So I got to subscribe to the fucking pod.
Now.
The shows right now, the brands we have that would get their own studios. Underground Sports Philadelphia, OTB, Underground Circuit, I mean, we're at a point where like each show could have their own studio, quite frankly, but also like some of our other brands need to grow.
Mm-hmm.
But those three would have their very own like studio space that no one else would be able to use.
It would be really cool to have like a rotating studio space, but that's a lot of work to like design for each pod in that one studio like, repeatedly.
Yeah, each one right now like could have their own,
because like I was thinking like streamer season. Like I feel like streamer season needs to grow a little bit more, but also I feel like having movie posters and certain Funko Pops stuff like that is like needed to help that grow a little bit too. But it's like putting that in a rotating studio. And
I've also been thinking so much about that show and just like there's a lot that I've been thinking about with that show because we haven't recorded in a long time and just like kind of like figuring out the right way to bring it all back. Like Top End still needs to grow and be more consistent. Get in the Hole needs to continue growing, and I love what Steve's been doing with it as a solo show.
Yep.
And then we have Secret Time, Top Secret Project that will have its own space.
I forgot about it. I'm like, what is he talking about?
And then, and then Pitt's show, obviously.
Yep. That's what I was thinking about first. I was like, that's not a secret.
Oh, yeah, no.
Because I thought that would have rumbled out
real
or the other one. But yeah, no, that is in fact a secret.
Yeah. But Pitt's show could almost live in a streamer season studio as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like those could be like similar.
Cross, yeah.
Because of the aesthetic we've given that show being like 90s and all that good stuff.
Yeah, that could definitely work together.
I love thinking about shit like this that we are nowhere close to even having happen.
Hey, we don't know that.
It's true.
Right now, somebody that has the means could be listening.
Can the Vegas Desert Dog give us a contract?
Joe, that's at you.
Can we get a contract?
Please. We'll would it be? No, I don't think it would be. What's the unethical for us to take money from Josiah and then speak good about his teams? Like,
no,
we can just write that in the contract. It doesn't even have to be in fine print. We will talk well about Josiah lacrosse teams.
We will be critical, but we will be
on the right
positive.
side. We will be on the right side of things at all times.
But yeah, PLL Day. I can't believe it's been 7 years.
Man, flew by.
It's insane.
Flew by. Seven years ago, this whole thing got started. 6 years ago, we ended up in the same place for the first time together and did not know it. And 4 years ago, we ended up in the same place together. Didn't know it at the time.
Well, 5 years ago we were. Because 21.
Nah. And 2025, sir. Still. Right now. It is still 2025.
Seasons ago.
Because yeah. They technically they started the PLL in 2018, but did not play till 2019. So that's where I was going with the years. 7 years ago, but then 6 years ago was same space. 4 years ago, same space. Didn't know it at the time. Found out shortly after. And now we're here. After 3.5 years of traveling to and from the East Coast, basically.
Good grief.
What a time it has been, right? Street lacrosse has been in now. I mean, we've been around together for, 3 expansion teams now? Counting the dogs? Or no, I guess I wasn't around on the pod for the dogs.
No, you were.
Not when they started, because they started 2020.
No.
Yeah. We just went over this when we did the 2020 revisionist draft.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Vegas Desert Dogs.
Oh, no. Sorry. I was talking about the Water Dogs.
Yeah. Water Dogs, Cannons, a rebrand of Chrome.
Yep.
And then NLL-wise, we had Riptide, Panther City, RIP.
Rip.
Halifax.
Yep.
The new Nighthawks.
The Firewolves. Twice.
The Firewolves twice.
The Black Wolves. Like, all right.
I came in with the Wings and Seals being expansion teams. Wow. Damn.
The pod has really grown, man.
It's crazy.
7 years to PLL, though.
It's crazy.
It happened like that.
Like,
I can still vividly remember the Redwoods being the best team.
Yeah.
In 2019, and then all of a sudden it all just crumbled in a matter of a few minutes. And they haven't been back since.
That's insane.
Man, that 2019 season, looking back on it, to me, I always thought it was a big deal in the moment because I understood, for me, it was oh, yeah, pro. I knew about the MLL and I watched some games here and there, but the access to watching MLL was so much harder. The access to going to games for MLL was so much harder. The amount of content that I knew about at the time in terms of MLL was so much harder. Whereas the PLL was literally being thrown in our faces. So to me, it was oh yeah, pro lacrosse really has a chance to take off. And now I sit here 7 years later from that moment, and not only has pro lacrosse taken off, but my relationship with lacrosse has taken off as well. All because this one league has decided to do something different than what every other lacrosse league has done. And it has shown off to be great. They continue to make innovations that we haven't seen in other leagues, and it works for them. Sometimes there have obviously been things they've done that haven't worked or have made people upset. That's life.
Yeah.
It happens in every sport, in every business endeavor, in everything. But for them to be where they are right now, 7 years in, it makes me wonder where they're going to be in another 7 years.
Yeah. It's going to be wild. Shout out to Mike, Paul, Rachel DeCecco for having the vision, but obviously also like on a personal level, like believing in what we do. Grace Hamilton, RJ, Joe Keegan, like Liam Murphy. Like we wouldn't be where we are without like that whole crew believing in what we do. So yeah, shout out to the PLL, man. That is all we've got for you guys on this one. DJ, when we sign off, I'm going to pitch something to you that we do as well for the OTB channel, because you know how they drop them Sporkle quizzes. I think we got to do a Sporkle video for the OTB channel and try to fill out all the college draft picks like Scotty and Kevin Boylard were doing. Make sure you guys are following us at OTB LaxPod across the board. Follow DJ SCS_next great. Follow Hoots at Hoot Sports Media. Follow me at KBIZZL311. If you do get that Jake Pacino card, tag Hoots, tag us in it. We want to see how many people pull that bad boy. Subscribe to the pod, Apple and Spotify. Subscribe to both the Underground Sports Philadelphia and Outside the Box podcast YouTube channels, youtube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia. Leave a like on the video, drop a comment in the comment section, click that bell icon so you know whenever new videos go live, and youtube.com/@OTB LaxPod. Get us to 100 subscribers. That way, you know, when the OTB college show rolls around, that's where it'll be. But this has been episode number 398. To all the Boxy Award voters, I will be sending that out this weekend. I will have the form ready, and I'll be sending all of our esteemed voters the ballot. That way it's out there. And then when the week of November 6th rolls around, which, speaking of November 6th, I will be at Philadelphia Wings Media Day, confirmed. Looking very much forward to that. It's going to be a fun time. Doing a whole lot of fun stuff with the Wings this year. Looking forward to it. But this has been episode number 398 of the award-nominated, honorably mentioned, number 9 NCAA ranked, number 11 Philadelphia ranked, and of course viewable on YouTube, Outside the Box podcast, the official lacrosse podcast on the Underground Sports Philadelphia Podcast Network. For Deej, I'm KB. NLL is back. Shout out to everybody getting their bag. We will see you next week for the penultimate episode before the Boxies, and episode 399 before we head to the 400s.
Hundy.
Until then, we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.